Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome back again to the daily readings of Srila Prabhupada's books. And we have the same problem just now at exactly the same time, 11 minutes and 38 seconds. It just stopped. The sound stopped and the connection stopped. So we reasoned that there's a software problem. Of course, it could be anything. This is a big universe and there's lots of things that could go wrong. But Facebook is Facebook, and it's probably a software problem. It's either that or the connection coming from outside to here. So we restarted the software because sometimes when there's an update, they just updated it 5 days ago, there's, bugs. So we brought a bug extinguisher in and restarted the software. And now I'm going to start again from text 16 of chapter 78. We're right in the middle of a very intricate explanation of how it was that Krishna actually went to Mathura to kill Dantavakra. Okay. Text 16. Thus Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of all mystic power and Lord of the universe, is ever victorious. Only those of beastly vision think he sometimes suffers defeat. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti gives the following elaborate commentary on this section of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Concerning the killing of Dantavakra, the Uttarakanda 279 of the Padma Purana contains further details in the following prose passage. Then, hearing that Shishupal had been killed, Dantavakra went to Mathura to fight against Krishna. When Krishna, moreover, heard of this, he mounted his chariot and went to Mathura. Remember, we heard about this yesterday. I had remembered reading it, but I forgot it was in this purport. So between the two of them, Dantavakra and Lord Vasudeva, there then began a battle at the gate of Mathura that lasted all day and night. Finally, Krishna struck Dantavakra with his club, at which point Dantavakra fell lifeless to the ground, all his limbs smashed like a mountain shattered by a lightning bolt. Dantavakra achieved the liberation of gaining a form equal to the Lord's, and thus he also achieved the Lord's eternal supreme abode, attainable by perfect yogis, which bestows the happiness of everlasting spiritual bliss. So it was that Jai and Vijay, apparently because of being cursed by Sanaka and his brothers, but actually to facilitate the Supreme Lord's pastimes, descended to this material world, and in 3 consecutive lifetimes were killed by the Lord himself. Then, at the completion of these 3 lifetimes, they attained liberation. And little extra added comment, they came back again as Jagai Madai, that's right, thank you, and attained Krishna Prema in Goloka Vrindavan. In this passage of the Padma Purana, the words Krishna's to touch chutva, when Krishna heard of this, indicate that the Lord heard from Narada, who travels as swiftly as the mind, that Dantavakra had gone to Mathura. Therefore, immediately after killing Shalva, without first entering Dwarka, the Lord reached the vicinity of Mathura in a single moment on his chariot, which also moves swiftly as the mind. And there he saw Dantavakra. Thus it is that even today, by the gate of Mathura, facing the direction of Dwarka, there is a village known in the vernacular as Datiha, a name derived from the Sanskrit Dantavakraha, killer of Dantavakra. This village was founded by Krishna's great-grandson Vajra. In the same section of the Padma Purana, these statements follow. And after killing him, Viduratha, Krishna crossed the Yamuna and went to the cowherd village of Nanda, where he honored and consoled his aggrieved parents. They drenched him with tears and embraced him, and then the Lord offered obeisances to the elder cowherd men and gratified all the residents with abundant gifts of clothing, ornaments, and so on. Lord Keshava sported continuously with the cowherd women on the Kalindi's charming bank, which was filled with pious trees. Thus the Supreme Lord, assuming the appearance of a cowherd, resided there for 2 months, enjoying the pleasure of intimate pastimes in various moods of loving reciprocation. One little detail that I heard from Shivaram Maharaj about this is that when Krishna was in Mathura, and after he killed Dantavakra and Viduratha, he went across the Yamuna, and the cowherd Nanda and the cowherd men and women who had been to Kurukshetra couldn't bear to go back to Braj without Krishna, so they camped out just conveniently right across from Mathura. And when Krishna was on a boat going across, Uddhava brought a box, and inside the box was all of Krishna's clothes for when he was in Vrindavan. So where it says here, assuming the dress. Assuming the appearance of a cowherd. That's the background. Uddhava was there, and while he was going across, he dressed himself up like he blew his conch shell also.
Also, when Uddhava was in Vrindavan, he left that box, or Uddhava was with Krishna when
he was there.
Oh.
Somehow he was there. Uddhava was smart. He's a first-class servant. He sees what needs to be done, and he does it without being asked. That's first-class service. We have a first-class servant in the room. His name is Abhaya Das Brahmachari. When we were traveling and staying in UK, I noticed that he was watching, and whenever something needed to be done, he'd do it without being asked. And I'd go tell him, and it was done. And I became very happy. That's first-class service. So pleasing. Then, by Lord Vasudev's grace, Nanda and all the other residents of that place, together with their children and wives, assumed their eternal spiritual forms, boarded a celestial airplane, and ascended to the supreme Vaikuntha planet, Goloka Vrindavan. Lord Krishna, however, after bestowing on Nandagopa and all the other inhabitants of Braja his own transcendental abode, which is free of all disease, traveled through the sky and returned to Dwarka as demigods chanted his praises. Srila Rupa Goswami comments as follows on this passage in his Lagu Bhagavatamrita 1, 488 and 89. Brajashader Angsha Bhuta Ye Drunadya Avataran Krishna's Tan Eva Vaikunte Prahinod Iti Sampratam Preshtabhyo Pi Priyatamayar Janar Gokulavasi Bihi Vrindaranye Sedaivaso Viharam Kurute Harihi. Since Drona and other demigods had previously descended to earth to merge as partial expansions into the king of Braja and other devotees of Vrindavan, at this time it was these demigod expansions whom Lord Krishna sent off to Vaikuntha. Lord Hari is perpetually enjoying pastimes in Vrindavan with his intimate devotees, the residents of Gokula, who were dearer to him than even his most dear other devotees. In the passage of the Padma Purana, the word putra in the phrase Nanda Gopadayak Sarve Janak Putra Daradi Sahitak, Nanda Gopa and the others, together with their children and wives, refers to such sons as Krishna, Sridharma, and Subal, while the word Dara refers to such wives as Sri Yashoda and Kirtida, the mother of Radharani. The phrase Sarve Jana, all the people, refers to everyone living in the district of Braja. Thus, they all went to the topmost Vaikuntha planet, Goloka. The phrase Divya Rupa Dara indicates that in Goloka, they engage in pastimes appropriate to demigods, not those suited to humans, as in Gokula. Just as during Lord Ramachandra's incarnation, the residents of Ayodhya were transported to Vaikuntha in their self-same bodies, so in this incarnation of Krishna, the residents of Braja attained to Goloka in theirs. Lord Krishna's journey from Dwarka to Braja is confirmed by the following passage of Srimad-Bhagavatam 1:11-9. Yar ham bujak shap pasasara bo baban kurun madun vata surit didrik shaya tatrabda kotipatimak chano bhavet. O Lord, O lotus-eyed Lord, whenever you go away to Mathura, Vrindavan, or Hastinapur to meet your friends and relatives, every moment of your absence seems like 1,000,000 years. Lord Krishna had been harboring a desire